For quite some time, we've watched the internet go at war with one another about Disney princess movies. For a while, everyone online was telling me that I'm supposed to hate this new Snow White movie that was coming out and everything it stands for. Unfortunately, I'm really stubborn and I needed to know if it was actually that bad. So I took my stalker to see this one, and I can officially say, it's aight. It certainly isn't the dumpster fire that the internet has made it out to be, but there's one thing that I really do hate about it. Before I get to that, let me give you my overall thoughts on it. I will say that there are some things to like about the visual aspect of it. Mark Webb directed this one, and I love his use of color that makes every shot pop on screen. It's something that we got to see a lot with the Amazing Spider-Man movies. The CGI animals looked cartoonish, but I mean that as a good thing because it fit the overall tone of what this movie was supposed to be. The entire movie itself feels like a classic animated Disney film, just with fewer Caucasians. While a movie like this isn't one that I would have seen by myself, and I certainly wouldn't have seen it if I didn't have this channel, I can see it working for the general audience and the kids that want to see it. I almost forgot that there'd be musical numbers in it, and I gotta say that the music is very well done. It's much better than I thought it would be, and Rachel Zegler continues to show her vocal range. She's capable of bringing a beautiful voice to the screen, and a very political one to social media. I think she did a fine job playing the character, and I feel like that's almost a controversial thing to say today. I guess it didn't really bother me that she was casted because Snow White just isn't a character that I actually give a shit about. Maybe if she was casted as Batman, I'd be making a rant online. At this point in Hollywood, I just expect them to cast anyone they can that'll piss people off. While Gal Gadot has yet to wow me with her acting in any of her other movies, she was certainly believable as an evil queen, and it's not like I went into this expecting her to shock me. The movie doesn't drag at all, but I did feel like there wasn't much happening for a good portion of it, to the point that it felt uneventful, but I think the overall atmosphere and musical notes kept it from dragging entirely. It did make it feel like it would have been better for Disney Plus, given that it was uneventful. The way Snow White is written in this movie didn't feel like it was annoying or political like people feared. If anything, I think they played it safe. With all that said though, here's what I really hated about it. And I was dreading this before I walked into the theater, but it's so much worse once you actually watch it. The second those god-awful CGI dwarves popped up on screen, I wanted to rip out my eyeballs.
What did you think I was?
Nothing. Ghost.
I get that they are necessary to the story of Snow White, but Disney couldn't have just hired some midgets. It doesn't seem like a tall order to hire a bunch of little people. Hell, they could have casted Tom Cruise, he's like 4 feet tall. These were some of the ugliest things I've seen on screen, and it's living proof that not everything from an animated film needs to be super accurate in live action. Maybe that's just me, but I absolutely despise these things. I guess I've always had an ick towards ugly CGI characters. The movie overall is just okay. But who out there was really expecting it to be anything more or less than that? It's another generic live-action adaptation of a beloved Disney cartoon. These movies are starting to all blend together at this point. But at the end of the day, a movie like this wasn't made for me or the people online that said it sucked before it even came out. This movie was made for the adults that grew up watching it and the kids they take to see it. And if they enjoy it, I'm happy for them. They're not the ones that would critique it as harshly as I would. I just hope to God that I never have to see those CGI dwarves ever again, or I will throw up. What are your thoughts on Snow White if you did see it? Do you plan on seeing it, or are you hoping it fails miserably at the box office? Let me know in the comments down below. So, yeah. Bye.